Welcome, welcome. This is number 2 of 3 videos with Valerie. And this is part of the WELLther Series, as you know. And I just realized that I have on my writing togs, as I call them, is when I get up in the morning, what I do is I do writing. And it just depends where I'm going. And I just realized I've actually forgot to put on one of my other suit kind of jackets that I have. And I thought, no, I think I'm going to leave it now, or else I think we might miss something here. And I think it's in celebration of all the writing that Valerie is done and doing, and course creation and that. And if you go to video number 1, there's that component. But I'm going to, because of her her own spiritual name that she used, and I'm going to get her to say what it is again, but I want to put it in relationship, right? Because relationship self-mastery was an important part of video number 1. But I also would like to celebrate, and I know this of Valerie, is a word like play and playtime. It's so important. She weaves it in. And your spirit name that you call yourself is?
Spirit Dancer.
Spirit Dancer. And this notion of play and playtime, I think there's some fiber threads here that if you could just share how that might unfold for you, that would be very helpful for everyone.
Yes, indeed. Okay, thank you very much, Steve. I'm glad to be back, and hello, everyone. So this question of one of the reasons I chose the name Spirit Dancer was for the energy of a sprite dancing in light, the flames of candles dancing, and this whole idea of dancing through our lives, which that was not at all what I was doing. And I believe all across the planet, people are being conditioned to struggle and strive and work hard and prove myself, fight. I mean, the number of times I hear fight in sentences or as a part of what people are, the movement that they're creating is about fighting. And I know that for me, especially, a soul incarnated into this Black body in a world that is filled with the idea of white supremacy, the dogma of the supremacy of whiteness over Blackness. I'm not talking about neo-Nazi groups or things like that. I'm just talking about the color ladder, which is pervasive across the planet in all different cultures. And so as I incarnated into this Black body, I was raised by 2 parents who grew up when there was lynching around them. They lived in Maryland, and on the Eastern Shore of Maryland, my mom has friends who still to this day in their 70s will not go there because of the lynching that was there in the 30s. And so I'm conditioned, or I was conditioned. Well, it's still in there. There's conditioning around, as a Black female, your life is going to be spent proving to other people that you deserve to be here, that you deserve that promotion, that you deserve to be on the stage, that you deserve to be listened to, like that. And they were doing it from a loving place. It wasn't from a hateful, resentful place. It was from a place of, we want the best for you. We want it better for you than it was for us in the 30s and 40s and 50s. And I was born in the 60s. And so, civil rights was popping off when I'm a little kid, impressionable and learning these things. And so the question of having to strive and prove associated with something that's inherently a part of me that I really can't change. So that's a part of my conditioned pattern of response to life. And then just deciding it for myself, like it's planted and I'm fertilizing it now. I had an experience, Steve, where I went to a ropes course with a team of people. I was a chief marketing officer for this organization. We went to do a team leadership building thing at a ropes course. And there were 2 different courses you could pick, and I'll make this story really short. The bottom line was, subconsciously, I picked the harder one, the one that was going to be hard on my body and could actually have injured me back then, because I had a torn rotator cuff. And the instructor was like, why are you picking that one? You can have just as good an experience on that course over there that's easier, but you don't want it. And so she literally made me come down the thing, like everybody's watching me. I'm backing down the ladder and I had to go sit. And it was the most powerful thing that this instructor could have done. I had to go sit and contemplate why the easy path was not the path for me. And it brought up all of this stuff about unworthiness. Like I've got to prove myself worthy on the hard path. And even after I do that, the easy path is not, like, only losers take the easy path. Why would you want to have ease in your life? Like, you need to show you can handle it. And it was like, another epiphanical moment. Like, they keep showing up when the student is ready. Our lives give us an opportunity to go, is that what I'm doing? Is that what I want? Is that who I'm being? And I right then, and ever since that moment, have been really vigilant around, like, I don't even like to call what I do work. It triggers until I can get to a neutral place with it. It triggers things in me that are all about striving, struggle, proving. I'm going to have to, I grew up in a time when they didn't say it directly to me, but I could hear the aunties and the grandmothers talking about Black people having to work twice as hard to get half as much. Like, you can't hear that over and over and not say, oh, I'm a Black person, that's about me. And so it's become a quest of mine, and I'm not that good at it yet, to incorporate into my life play. And so right now, right this moment, I'm on day 11 of a 30-day play challenge that someone else gave to me. So first I was grumpy about it. Then I got into the space of, I got to figure out how to play every day. And like, how dare, it was really a grumpster moment. I was really upset. And I was like, why did I take that on? I have enough stuff in my schedule and I've got to figure out play. And then I settled down, like, hello, this is part of your message. Something's in this for you. That was you giving you the exercise. You projected your soul. So I was like, okay, let's see what happens. And I'm really coming into a relationship with play, and my relationship with play that's really got some upside, like really has some growth, some headroom for growth. And that is that old energy of play is a sport, it's definitely a sport. There are teams, you have to win. So that energy is coming up, which kind of takes the idea of play out of it. It's now become another responsibility and chore. I even talk in my book about, it doesn't always mean frivolity. It could just mean gamification of things. So I've been looking at, well, how do I have the energy of play, even when I'm doing things like brushing my teeth, washing my dishes, vacuuming the floor, like the mundane things of life, can take on a different energy and can bring me into a different space when I do them in the energy of play. So be in the energy of play, be the playful you, that's a part of your essential nature, be the joyful, playful sprite that you already are, do everything, or as much as you possibly can, in the energy of that beingness, and then have a life that is playful and fun. And so for me, in the self-mastery, it's seeing how much more growth I have to expand play into my beingness so that it expands into my life. And for, in my teaching, it's around helping people understand that we don't need to be so serious and so driven and so directed and so on point and on time all the time. That when you really step back and get into the essence of the universe, like when I really step back and say, okay, wait, life is not happening to me, it's happening for me. So if every single thing is happening for me, every breath I take is so that I can get deeper into understanding who I am and what I'm here for, then let's take a little time and breathe. Like, can we just take some time and be with the breath? We don't have to call it meditation. We don't have to sit down and do a meditate. We could just go, oh, listen to me breathe. Do I breathe differently when I'm sitting in the forest than I do when I'm by the beach, than I do when I'm watching the hummingbirds on my deck, than I do when I'm sitting at my desk and I can't figure out what is important for my business today? Like, and can I make all of that more playful and fun? I got a laughter yoga certification as a part of teaching myself and anchoring in something as simple as laughter as a healing modality. And that really did open up fun spaces. I think I laugh more freely. I laugh at myself more, which is a part of self-mastery, is being willing to laugh at your foibles and forgive them. And being willing to see the pleasure that's available to eke out of every moment. There's another piece of opportunity for pleasure. Ooh, there's another one.
Yeah. I call it simply serious fun. And it's my way of remembering that myself. So this morning at 6:15, I got up and I went for a 2-hour walk into the hill area around where I live. And I came back, but along the way, one of the things that I search for is there ever a piece of string on the ground?
Okay.
Or hairnet, those little round flexible hairnet things.
Yeah.
And what I do is I collect them and then I attach them to my pack. So when I have a little hand pack, sort of belly pack kind of idea, and then I have my bigger one. So on my belly pack, you can see all the different strings that I've found, and I can pretty well tell you where I found each one and what was happening on the day. So it's sort of like that decorations. I think it's decorations. There we go. Decorations that are hanging on my belly pack, right? Which is just to remind me to have some fun while I'm walking, because for me, walking is a form of meditation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think also there's probably an adjective you put in front of the word life.
Mm-hmm.
Like mine's extraordinary life. I'd be curious, what's yours? I'm just curious.
It's funny, Steve, mine is exquisite.
Exquisite.
So even in my self-mastery definition, it was mastering you in your life so that you can exquisitely manage whatever your life brings your way. So exquisite is one word. My other really big word is delight. I like to delight in things. And I think I even said that in our first video, that I was delighted to be there. That activates the sprite energy in me.
Yes. Can you just explain what you think exquisitive life, exquisite? There we go. Boy, I'm having one of those mornings, folks. I better go move this, move this around. Exquisite life, what that might mean for you. Maybe take a few minutes to just share with what that means for you.
So when I feel into exquisite, like the exquisite nature of everything, there's the first layer of it, and the biggest container of that word for me is divine. It's the perfection that is true no matter what. So people say it's perfect in its imperfection. I'm like, there's no imperfection. Like, if 100% divinity is perfect, there is no imperfection. So even the places where I really massively screwed up, where I really let myself down, where I really abandoned myself, where I really did things quote unquote wrong, the scenario of that being in my life, my brain hemorrhage, and I'm coming up on 6-year anniversary and I'm still rehabbing aspects of my body, and even that, the exquisite nature of that being in my life. So there's the divinity of it, the perfection in the timing, in the aspects and the elements, and the like the synchronicity, the synergism, like that is all perfection. And that in the exquisite nature of life, there's also this like, well, it comes to me as an ohm, but so it's like an ohm. It's like everything is just aligned. Like I'm aligned with myself. I'm aligned with the magnificence of the universe. I'm expressing that. And so when I can exquisitely manage whatever my life brings my way, that's like not being Pollyanna about it. It's showing up in the truth of who I am so that I am best able to bring all of that to bear on whatever the situation has in it. Whatever that situation has in it, the best of me is already handling it.
So then another word that you might associate with it, let me see. Yeah, okay, I'll go with it. Harmony.
Yeah.
Right? They're harmonizing. Wow, I got that word in. Great. Harmony, harmonizing. It would be again, if I was to use this this notion of fibers, threads, right, string, harmony would be in there as well, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. When I think of the exquisite nature, so that's what I mean by the ohm, like the
Yeah.
harmonizing, coming into alignment, this space of like I'm spreading and then I'm coming back to center and I'm in alignment, like tethered between heaven and earth, and totally in alignment with the essential nature that is in everything, right? We're all energetic beings. The universe is energetic. So that means all around me in everything, there is a thread of this like the thread of this opportunity to align with it, to harmonize with it, whether that be nature, whether that be other beings, people beings, whether that's other aspects of, I can tell when I'm in harmony with my office. Things just seem to flow. My chair moves easier. My desk is at the right spot. My hand can move my mouse a little bit better. Like it's just all, yeah, I totally buy into that. Harmony is it. And I talk about, you know, um, living in harmony with the universe is how you have your most exquisite life.
Yes. Yeah, it just sort of felt right. Oh no, felt correct. I'm trying to get away. No, I'm not even try. Right. You see, these words that we have in our language sometimes get in the way. And I'm always alert. And even the word always is another one of those, like the word never. It's interesting. I'm finding myself all of a sudden really listening to me right now. And
You're in the self-mastery dance, Steve.
there it is. There it is. And thank you for that. And I think that what this brings up is that I know we're doing number 3 of 3. And I would really like to look at the word consciousness. All right. And the reason that I'd like to look at that, and it'll give you a chance to where you might like to go with it, and we'll start off right in the video with that, is that connection, consciousness, and congruence are sort of like 3 key words that I'm weaving into this 55 plus years young group who are grandparents with their grandkids.
Okay.
And in today's world is deepening and enriching that connection, but it requires inside a raising of consciousness, which then with the young ones is raising the consciousness about what is going on. Okay, so one can find some congruence in one's life and looking at it from that perspective. So if you're okay, consciousness, we'll start with consciousness in the next video. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
So with that, what we're going to do is we'll close down this one. And thank you, Valerie, for sharing your thoughts here. And let's get ready for the next one, folks. And it'll be up here very shortly. Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Bye.